Hey guys, I'm back finally. So today I'm gonna show you my collection, starting off with part one, which is gonna be of my Planeswalkers that I do not have in decks right now. So we're gonna start. First up is a Johnny Call of the Pride from M14. Many of you may recognize this card, for you may have seen it before, since it is an older version. But I would say he's pretty good in Commander since he can summon 2/2 cats, and X of them, where X is your life, so the more life you have, the more cats to kill your opponent with, which sounds fun, in my opinion. Yeah. Then next we have a Johnny Mentor of Heroes, which personally I feel has his minus ability. I feel is very powerful. You just gain 100 life. If you have him on, then put out a Johnny Call of the Pride, get his extra 2 cats out, you would have 100, about 100 cats. So I think that would be a nice amount, but still. And also it can boost your cards and let you search for certain cards you want out of the top 4 in your library. So basically like a scrying 4 almost, but a bit better because you get whatever you want. But of course, the rest is on the bottom of your library. Then there's Ashiok, who I kind of want to see more about. There's not much, of course, known about this guy, but he's nice that you can exile all cards from your opponent's hands and graveyards as well. If you're playing in Modern and you're using him with Eldrazi's, you have a lot of fuel for your processors. And also you're going to get Nightmares with his second ability. And my row of Chandras, which I'm just going to grab them all out. Chandra the Firebrand, Chandra Flamecaller from Oath of the Gatewatch, and Chandra Pyromaster. So all 3 of them are pretty good in their own ways. This one I would definitely use her minus ability for sure, the -6, because it's nice to deal quite a bit of damage to your opponent that way. Chandra Flamecaller, I've not yet used her, but she is a pretty decent card, I'd say. Because she can deal X damage to each creature, so you can pretty much... So theoretically, with how Amicable is printed in the next set, you could probably kill her if you do -13 loyalty. You could probably easily kill her, because she does not have indestructible, if you did not notice. And Chandra Pyromaster, I probably would not use her minus ability at all, because I don't like exiling them and having a chance of losing some good cards. But her first ability is actually pretty nice, I will say. Sorry about that. I just have to get the others up. The next is Elswith Sun's Champion. This I got from one of my friends for my birthday, and my brother was really, really pissed about it. Because and then he did eventually get his own, so yeah. But her emblem is pretty good since all creatures have flying, so now a lot can block them, and they get +2/+2. So all those soldiers they have, if you can get them all on the battlefield, they're not all 3 of 3s with flying. So pretty decent, I'd say. Then probably then my very first Planewalker was Gideon, Champion of Justice. With a really powerful ability to exile all other permanents, when he also has the ability to become a human soldier with loyalty counters, with the amount of loyalty counters he has becoming his power when he becomes a creature. And +1 where you get loyalty counters on him for each creature your opponents control, which could really stack up if you're going against Selesnya, because of all their tokens. But yeah, pretty decent card, and love the reaction I had when I first played him in a tournament against some guy. Guy just went, what? He just looked at the card. That was a nice time for for the young, idiotic me in Magic. Then the Hero the Harbinger, which a lot of people have say could probably easily work with Emrakul because of her minus ability. But she does also work with Madness. Because of this, you can discard a card, and that discarded card, if it has Madness, you can pay for its Madness cost and then play it, and you get to draw a card. Also, exile a target enchantment, tap artifact, or tap creature. So if they're attacking you with the tap Ulamog or Kozilek, you can just exile it on them, and they just lost a really strong card. Then I also have Narset Transcendent. It's a pretty good card because she stops your opponents from casting non-creature spells, so they're probably going to have to discard a lot of cards, and they can't even play them. So she's a little, I would say, overpowered. It's only him to do basically +3 and then, well, +4 really, if you want to keep her alive, and use a -9, because that can be really devastating. Yeah. And then there's my Nicol Bolas card, who's seen a lot of damage, I'd say, but he's stood strong over the years. Pretty strong card, which I will say is practically almost met with Ugin, which I will go over last. And there's also something I have to tell you about Ugin, because there's a little sad part about that card. So +3, pretty strong plus ability, especially destroy target non-creature opponent. And anyways, it's +3. That literally almost gets you to 9 straight away in one go. Basically, 3 turns with him on, you can practically use his -9 ability. Then I have 2 Sarkon the Dragon Speakers. One I got myself, and then another I got from a friend. This is the one I got from my friend. Really damaged card, and I took it because, well, it's basically worthless. So free card, probably never going to use that. Of course, I have this one. I like the fact that he could turn into a dragon, because I definitely did use him in my dragon deck when I had it. Then it's -3, where you can deal 4 damage to a target creature. You can easily remove a pretty decent sized creature. And then the emblem is good if you have enough mana and don't have any cards in your hand, because I would only play the emblem once I have no more cards to worry about in my hand and enough mana to cast my big spells. Then next one, it involves Teferi, who is one of the commanders of one of the commander sets. I can't remember the year right now. It was that commander set. If you can tell me what year that was, I would be grateful. I just can't remember at the time. So he's pretty decent, where you can look at the top 2 cards of your library and put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom. So you can kind of scry and grab whatever you want. -1 to untap up to 4 target permanents, so you can just be able to cast a big spell by untapping 4 lands, because they are permanents. And the emblem is pretty decent, because then you can pump them even faster, and also because, well, it allows you to activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers anytime you could cast an instant. So if they're playing a spell on you, you want to counter it, but you don't have enough mana, and you haven't used any of his abilities yet, -1, untap 4 target permanents, play a counter, and you've just countered it. That's a pretty nice thing. And then put that with like something like Nicol Bolas. You could easily, on your second turn with him out, you could practically play his ability straight away. And then Ugin, as I told you, there's something sad about him, but it is a funny story as well. So of course, Ugin deals 3 damage to target creature or player, pretty decent, along with kind of going on Nicol Bolas here. Though he has +2 but 7 loyalty instead to start out with. Then exile each one with converting mana cost extra less. That's 1 or more colors. So pretty decent with Eldrazi decks to stop colored spells from, well, they're colored creatures from being able to attack, because they're all gone now, and that's more fuel for your processors. And then -10 pretty much almost counteracts Nicol Bolas is where Nicol Bolas does 7 damage to target player, and they discard 7 cards and then sacrifice 7 permanents. He does. Ugin does. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put 7 permanent cards onto the battlefield from your hand. Pretty much counteracts him traitor. The sad thing about this is, it's a proxy. Yes, I know, it's a proxy. But it was a funny story of how I got it and how I reacted to it at first. Because my friend was just giving it to me along with another card I will show you later, which I also tell you that if it's a proxy, because it is. And I was pretending to actually give this one back and take the other one because it was pretty strong. But then I, of course, gave it back to him because I wouldn't steal. I'm not a stealer. Yet he gave them back to me, so I knew something was up. And then, of course, he told me they were proxies, so I kept them. And they are pretty nice. And who doesn't realize they're proxies, an easy way to check is to use a strong light, like this lamp. And a nice trick I found is that proxies don't shine through. You cannot see through them. But a normal magic card, like I'll take this current card from Shadows of Innistrad, Survive the Night, put it up. You can easily see the back of the card there. So that's a neat trick to know if you want to check your cards for proxies. As you can see, literally right up against the lamp, you cannot see the back. So that's the trick for proxy hunting. If you want to make sure you don't have any proxies or have been ripped off by getting proxies. Then I have Chandra, another Chandra, yes, from Origins. I like her ability very well. Easily get her going fast. Of course, a lot of people originally didn't think this would be the card because she deals 2 damage to target player. So you have to get her out fast, flip her fast to play this, because this in late game could pretty much kill your opponents if you don't want to have them get dealt 3 damage each turn. But if you want them to do that, try to hope she gets out fast. You flip her fast, get her up there fast as well. You're probably going to die in a couple of turns after that. As well, at least 3 damage to one of them, and then 2 damage for at least 4 turns, and then 6 more, and then 3. That's probably going to kill someone almost instantly. Or in 1 more turn, especially if you play another spell that deals damage. And Garruk Relentless, as we know, is when Garruk first went mad. He does, and one thing I have to point out that goes along with Arlong Cord is that visibly Arlong Cord has 2 abilities, and visibly Garruk has 3, but they both have 2. His ability 0, and then his one actual, and then his other ability just tells you when he flips. Arlong's one of her abilities, this one allows her to flip when you use it, and this one is just another ability that you can use with her. Once you flip him, it becomes black-green with the 1 that creates 1/1 black with Death Touch. And you can also sacrifice a creature and search your library for another creature card. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library, which is decent. Then you can also give all your creatures trample and plus X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So the -1 could work pretty well if you want to get a lot of creature cards going. And that's it for Planeswalker cards out of decks. So see you next time. Make sure you check out one of my friends' channels, Guess Who Not. Also, find me on Twitter, and share this video to your friends. Goodbye.